So, how do you use tapping? That is the subject of this video. This is Margaret Lynch, author of Tapping into Wealth. And in this video, I'm just going to do a quick demonstration of how to use the tapping points so that you can really feel confident that you're doing it properly. So, if you've read the chapter on tapping, you're going to get bombarded with lots of information trying to show you that as funny as tapping looks, and I'm not saying it doesn't look funny, we're going like this, but I want to convey to you that it is so powerful and can create change so fast. And if any of you engineering type people or scientific type people out there are listening, I know that appeals to you. Measurable change fast. Then I want you to give it a try. So we put a lot of information in there. Suffice to say, some of the top names in sports and personal development and even in the medical field and the therapy field are using tapping to create fast change, measurable change for all sorts of issues. So let's get down to the basics. What are we doing with tapping? Well, we're actually tapping with our fingertips, either hand. Usually we use like these two. And we're tapping on acupuncture points on our hands, on our face, on our body. Is there any special magic to which points? Not really. We just want to use enough of the acupuncture points to stimulate the nervous system because that's what happens physiologically when we start tapping. It actually acts like a circuit interrupt and breaks the connection to whatever you're thinking about or feeling or tuning into from your nervous system. So we start with two fingers on either hand, and these are the tapping points that I like to use. There are other acupuncture points, and there's all sorts of tapping people on the planet. It's the biggest thing you've never heard of, and some of them use different points, and that's okay. These are just the ones that I use. And so I often start my tapping with what's called the eyebrow point, and that is right here where the eyebrow begins, not way up here on the forehead. Right here, this is an acupuncture point. Again, it's where an acupuncturist might put a needle if you were getting acupuncture. Luckily, I am not qualified, nor would I recommend you using needles on yourself because that would be bad. So we're just using tapping, which creates a light electrical charge similar to the polarity difference in an acupuncture needle. Okay, so this is the first point called the eyebrow point. Then we move on to the side of the eye point, which is right here on the edge of the bone. You can feel this little bit of a bone here. And you're just going to use two fingers so that there's enough area so that you're really getting that tapping spot, that acupuncture spot. And we're just tapping lightly, just enough to see it. So it's here, you know, it's not way over here on the temple. It's right here on the side of the eye. The next point is called the under the eye point, and it is right here, right on the edge of the bone, again, that you can feel in the center of the eye. You could tap one side, the other side. You could tap both sides at once. So it's not here, it's here, right on the edge of the bone. Okay, the next point is called under the nose, and this is another very common acupuncture point. So right in the center between the nose and the lip, and right here we're tapping just enough to feel it. And the next point is called the chin point. However, it's not on the point of the chin. It is in the cleft of the chin. Right here is where we'd be tapping. And the next point we use is called the collarbone point. So I'm going to try not to mess with my mic, but if you could find the U-shaped bone at the base of your neck right here, and then find these 2 points at the top of it, and then if you were to come down about 1.5 inches, just down like this, maybe 2 inches, till you feel like a slight indentation right here. Now, for a lot of people, they find this is their favorite tapping point. And it's a spot that we often use naturally or in public when we're upset. And so tapping or rubbing these points, I find, will calm you down the fastest when something has upset you. So again, a lot of people like to tap both points at once, or you can just tap one, or you can tap like this, or you can tap like this. There's lots of ways to do tapping. As long as you're touching the tapping points, it doesn't matter how many times you tap each point, the order, there's no specialness to any of the particular points. And you know what? I've had those questions 1,000 times, and that's why I want to make sure that you understand that. So the next point that is commonly used, I use it sometimes I don't, is what's called the underarm point. And it's right at the center of the bra strap or the band for a woman, and it's about 4 inches down from the armpit if you're a guy and you don't happen to wear a bra. So we just tap right there. And with children, if you've got children in your house, this is how we make tapping fun. We tell them, the monkey tap, tap like a monkey, and they will do it because, you know, it's fun. I even have adults who like to do tap like a monkey. Okay, the next point is the top of the head point, and it's the top of the center of the head, which is also known as the crown chakra in the woo-woo world of chakras in yoga. And you're just tapping right in the center of your head. Some people like to tap in a circle. I like to just tap right in the center. One other point that I often use, and you'll see it also in the tapping scripts in the book, is what's called the karate chop point. And it's the fleshy side of the hand, really where you would, you know, karate chop someone. Either hand, and what we just do is we use the opposite hand to tap on the karate chop point. Now, sometimes when I'm feeling really funky, I will tap like this, and then I'm getting 2 acupuncture points at once. Whoa, my whole nervous system just starts to calm down really fast, okay? The other thing about tapping with your fingertips is kind of cool that there are also acupuncture points on the side of each of your fingernails. And so if you were to take your hand and turn it and look at this side of each of your fingernails, there is a tapping point there. And it's interesting to think about how many people self-soothe by either biting their fingernails or biting the sides of their fingers. I don't know, just a weird connection that I've made. But what it also means is that whenever you're tapping with your fingertips, it's possible you're stimulating also your fingertip points. The other reason I share this with you is because it's a little easier to tap in public discreetly. If you are feeling anxiety or something is upsetting you in public, or you're about to go into a meeting and confront your boss or somebody at work, it might look funny to walk around the office going like this. But if you have one hand and you tap on some of your fingertip points, like under the desk where no one can see you, or even as you're walking, that is a way to use tapping that is kind of discreet and really will start to shut down your nervous system. So I invite you to really jump in. You know, don't just watch the tapping videos online. Don't just read the scripts. Actually do the tapping. You can lock yourself in a room where no one will see you going crazy with the tapping points, but absolutely give yourself the experience of using something that is out of the box. Agreed, funny looking, strange, but the latest cutting edge technology that really, really works. And it's actually not the latest. It's been around for over 25 years. There's a stack of books been written on it. So I encourage you to give tapping a try. It's very, very simple, and it truly gives you a tool that is at your fingertips that you can use on your own, in addition to all the powerful scripts that I've put in the book. This is Margaret Lynch, and here's to you tapping. Yeah, I'm going to have you guys all tapping. My camera crew is getting interested in tapping. They can't help it. You know, I can't believe I'm shiny again. I mean, maybe I'm shining with my inner light. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I shouldn't put powder on it. It's my inner light. You'll all be tappers when I'm done with you.